as you can see, that I'm alone. Let's talk a little bit later about that. It's too noisy. You can see that this is the BTS, and this time I chose to live near the station of Anu. It might sound a little bit unfamiliar to those who just like to live in some more convenient areas like in Afro, Nana, places like that. Yeah, I maybe highly recommend, if you are the first time to travel to this country, to Bangkok, maybe to live in areas like also maybe better than living here. But if you are the second time or third time, or if you are confident with this city enough, so I think this is not a bad choice. For example, it's not that expensive, of course, because it's a little bit far away from the center, but not too far away. You can see that the SkyTrain is over there. So if you can still see the SkyTrain, I think it's not a very far away place. And it's only 10 minutes by walk from the SkyTrain to my apartment. And this time I chose to live in the apartment via Airbnb. So almost every place I chose to stay. In Bangkok, in Chiang Mai, that will be happening in 3 days. And in Malaysia, even in Egypt. Almost every place is booked via Airbnb. So it's quite different experience this time, I must say. And also this is on my way back to my apartment. And I am just taking a very slow walk. You can also feel how far away it is from the station to my apartment. I'm not trying to advertise for my house owner, but I still think that the apartment can be recommended. So here I'd like to say something about my experience traveling to this country, especially to Bangkok. This is the fifth time, I think. I visited here, and I think I've been through quite a lot, especially this time. Firstly, arrival. So in general, there are two international airports in Bangkok. One is Dong Man, maybe I don't know how to pronounce that, maybe Dong Muan, something like that. Another one is Suvarnabhumi. So, and I think Suvarnabhumi is the main airport for international arrivals, and Dong Muan is more used domestical. So, for example, if I want to fly to Chiang Mai, I think basically the airport will be Dong Muan. And this time I experienced the immigration problem, the visa problem. The thing is like this. last time when I came, that is about 1 month ago, everything goes too smoothly. Just everything went too smoothly. Then this makes me feel that it has no problem at all. Everything can just go as I expected, but the thing turned out to be not so. This time, the lady is super strict. So, and finally I stumbled at my hotel booking because at that time I didn't had all the hotel booking record for the whole itinerary. So I only booked the first night, because the next thing I want to do is when I arrived, when I get settled down in my first night hotel, I will plan my future places to stay more carefully. But simply, they do not want you to do so. They still want you to just plan way early ahead and book all the places. So still one reminder for, I think, international travelers, do not overlook this. Maybe 100 times only you will be caught 1 or 2 times, but it can still happen. It can still happen that they will check your hotel booking. So at first I was thinking that my problem is to come here too often, because I just came 1 month ago, and less than 1 month I came again. So I might think that they will treat this one as improper for frequent entering this country. But the problem is not that. Turned out to be just because of my hotel booking. So I stayed at the restricted area for over 6 hours. So from the midnight till dawn. Just because of this. So finally I begged the lady, the officer, to have a look at my passport and try to solve the problem. And finally my case was solved just in 10 minutes. So imagine that, 6 or over 6 hours of detaining and only 10 minutes of solving the problem. So it's totally unworthwhile, right? It's totally unworthwhile to spend the whole night over there. And this also make my reservation of hotel quite hilarious. Because when I arrived at my hotel finally, I had only 3 hours left. So I asked them whether I can extend adding on another day. So just to stay 2 days over there. Of course they agreed. So the first 2 days, I stayed in the hotel. But mainly for sleeping, for compensating for the loss of the sleep during the red-eye flight. Okay, so that is the arrival. So once again, yes, it's true that maybe in most cases, the check is not that detailed, it's not that strict. That may make you feel that things can be very easy, but it can still be very strict. So still you still need to be very prepared. Okay, so this is the first thing I want to mention. So second, the place to stay. Last time I stayed at a very small flat in Nana. Yes, the red light zone. Yeah, it's very near to the red light zone. That is very poor. Although it's on the second floor, but have no daylight at all. So there is a window, but the window is towards the inside of the, I think, storage room. So it's all kinds of stuff just packed over there. You will have no interest of looking at them at all. And the storage room, the light is 24 hours on. So if you want to get sleep, of course you need to cover the window with the sheet. And the expense maybe not that high as the typical hotel, but compared with the flat I'm staying now, it's not reasonable to stay in that kind of quality flat. So I still quite recommend that you reconsider the place to stay. Since the SkyTrain is quite near, you don't have to worry too much about the travel. Number 3, food. Place to eat. In the past, when I reached this city, the place I ate most is at CM Paragon, the food court. But that one, in fact, is not cheap. It's totally not cheap, and I do not think it's very high quality compared with the price you pay. So here I want to recommend another place, and it's not very far away from there. It is also, oh, sorry, the thing is not here. That is also, that is Terminal 21. I think Terminal 21 is much better. You go to level 5, San Francisco, and the food court there, I think is much cheaper. You have very wide choices. Of course, those meals cannot be compared with maybe some dishes in some very special restaurants. It's a little bit like a cafeteria environment or a cafeteria quality, but compared with the price, I think it's a very good choice. So where to eat? This time I changed my cafeteria. In fact, this time and today, I think it should be the 5th day of my being here, and I haven't entered the Paragon yet. Don't you believe that? I haven't entered that one yet. Next one is travel. If you want to use the public transport system, I think in this city, there is almost no such kind of like transfer to another line. I mean the BTS and the MRT, in general, you cannot transfer to another one. These are two different maybe systems. You always need to, if you want to go from BTS to MRT, you always need to check out the BTS first and walk to the MRT system. It's not quite the same as in most cities, I think, in China, because in China, I think almost every city, when they build the MRT system, every line is linked. Almost you have no chance to go out and go to the next station and go in again. You don't have to do that. So here, today I experienced one seamless transfer. That is the BTS at CM. Because I first take the BTS Silong line, and then I need to transfer to the BTS Sukhumvit line. And these two lines, yes, it's possible to get easy transfer. But this is almost the only place where you can do that. You don't need to get out and get in again. Okay, I think that's it. Right. I said I walk very, very slowly. If you can walk a little bit quicker, I think it will be about 10 minutes walk. And now it's 16 minutes. It's not bad, right? It's not bad. Let's see this one. I know that I am very near my flat. So far away from the train station. So once again, thank you for listening, and hope you have a good day, and let's see each other next time.